The big geezer.
No, big, okay now. It's a guy, so not a geezer.
Yeah, I've been to their farm before, but I was seeing downtown, so I
Really?
Angelo is playing tournaments, teaching tennis.
Is that the thing you were with? They should be on Monday.
He actually, we were talking about I didn't know that too. I didn't know that either. It's just come up the last couple days. It's like, you know what? I like the juniors, and I like teaching, and I like having the part. Like, you know, he was a director for a while. And I like to do that. So.
Huh? I know.
She's such a neat kid.
Oh, thank
I'm really
you.
proud of her. Just really sweet. Because there's a lot of them that aren't so sweet.
She can be a pill.
Well, they all
I
can.
like most teenagers.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think she's pretty grounded.
I don't know. He said that. They do, but they don't. No, the coach doesn't. He's a physics professor there, so he's like the head of the physics department. No, you have to use 61. You know, like the university board.
Oh.
She get around?
Yeah, she pulled the rail. That was good. Thank you.
Okay, Marina, thanks. You can just, no rush, just take your time, walk on over and chat with you a little bit while you walk over and get to the mic. So, a couple of things, and you know, while we're in the schooling area, one thing I'd like for you, if you can, to just work into your system a little bit, and it's so important as jumps get bigger. You know, I mentioned yesterday, to me, you're very precise, very aware of the jumps, you have a nice feel. Take advantage of it in the schooling area, and I bet you could jump half as many jumps. I would see, what do you do at the last jump? Let down, got a little tired, you know what I mean? You might find that helps prevent what happens to you at the last jump, let's say in the jump off, okay? Because it's, you know, maybe if someone's greener or struggling out there, they need more jumps. To me, you're so precise and have a good feel like we talked about yesterday. I think toning that down a fair bit will really pay off. Obviously physically for the horse, okay? As well as you might not have something like that little bit of a light, plain rub at the end where he just let down on you a little bit, okay? Overall riding, you know, you're quite good at the jumps. I would love to see if you can, and again, if you're showing this week, you don't worry about it. Do what you're doing, you think about winning, okay? But when you're at home practicing or you got a little time, I wouldn't mind a little shorter rein, slightly lower hand with the thumb closer to the vertical and a little more closed hip angle. And that, to me, in addition to your talent over the fences, is going to start to give you a little better shape, therefore a little more scope, okay? And I think if you can just take that chance. The other works and it can solve some problems. But if you just take that chance a little sometimes, you're going to find you get a higher quality in the jump and the shape of the jump. Does that make sense to you? And if you're on some horse trying to spit you out or something, the other's fine, okay? But if you just work that into your system a little bit, I think it's going to take you to a little higher level, okay? The only mistake in the jump off was simply, which I'm glad you thought of the inside, and I'm glad you did 8 in the first line, but you just obviously thought of it a split second early. I remember when we walked, we talked about make sure you jumped enough or finished B, then thinking inside. It was just a split second early. But hey, there's good and bad to that. I'm glad you're that sharp. You're going for it. You're taking a shot. You learned something there. You just got to make sure he's a little more over B before you think of it. Think of it a little more as your landing, opening, and turning. Okay? Good girl. Go ahead and let us know what you thought there.
I planned for the 5 in the first line just because he has a generally large stride. And I figured he's a little bit spooky at some stuff, so I figured the forward ride would get him up in front of my leg. Instead of pulling for the 6 and having him stay a little bit behind my leg. The 6 got a little bit tight because I didn't plan early enough for the 6. And then going to 5 is a little bit deep, but I protected the front rail with my upper body. And then, sorry, it's totally different. The 7 after that, I rode it a little bit direct and it got really tight. And then it was a nice jump at 7. I like the way I kind of got him back for 8 so that he jumped it nice and had a nice arch over the top of it, staying at number 9. And then he peaked a little bit more than I expected him to coming into the triple. But I felt I did a good job of keeping him between my legs and just riding him forward through that. And then I kind of got my pace back a little bit after that and had a nice ride finishing over 11. And then in the jump off, I liked the nice forward gallop to 14, and then the nice 7, but I didn't quite get it done early enough, so I ended up angling the skinny, which could have costed me the rail. And then it was a nice turn back to 5. And then he peaked a little bit more at the 2 stride than I was expecting, and so he got a little bit spooky, and I kind of got ahead of the motion, which caused a little bit of a stutter step coming out of the 2. And then it was a nice 5, and then I think I just kind of got a little bit long and up in front of him going to the last Liverpool, which kind of caused the front rail.
Okay, very good expose on your own round. First of all, I don't mind if you all ride with a sweater, but don't ride with something that distracts from your riding. Having that hood flapping around is difficult to distracting. I don't have a lot to add. I agree with what Jeff says. I love the way you ride. You're very accurate. I think you've taken a horse you didn't know, and you've really put together a nice weekend. I think this horse is definitely, you're leaving this horse in a good place. I think that you've done an excellent job of reading him and helping him find a way to have more relaxation in the work. Your position, it's just to be really thinking of details. You open up a little too much for me in the air, and it's good to support a horse off the ground, to be a little up, to be a little vertical. But then you don't want to be too vertical landing. You want to support with a horse with softness, not with stiffness. That position landing can just stiff a horse a little bit. You didn't stiff this horse, but it can other horses and cause them to want to unload and put down their landing gear a little bit soon. So it comes a lot from riding horses where you have to be a bit defensive. I don't know if you ride a lot of different horses and horses that aren't, easy, but that's what that can come from that. So you want to make sure that you support a horse, but you still support with softness, you don't cause stiffness. You understand what I'm saying? Otherwise, and that's just a small thing, Marina, because you do everything very well. And that might just be one little thing you can work on when you're at home. All right, thank you very much.
Thank you so much.